The story of King Ahaz in the Bible. A study in fear and apostasy. Are you ready to delve into a biblical narrative filled with political intrigue, spiritual compromise, and the profound consequences of choosing fear over faith? Join us as we explore the life and reign of King Ahaz, a ruler whose decisions shaped the destiny of Judah. Ahaz, the 10th king of Judah, ascended to the throne during a period of intense turmoil. His reign is a stark reminder of how political instability can intertwine with spiritual decline, leading to devastating consequences for a nation. His story is a complex tapestry of fear, apostasy, and the rejection of divine guidance. Understanding his choices offers valuable lessons for leaders and believers alike. Ahaz began his reign around 735 BC, a time marked by significant geopolitical shifts in the ancient Near East. The Assyrian Empire was on the rise, casting a long shadow over the surrounding kingdoms. Judah faced immediate threats from the northern kingdom of Israel and Aram, Syria. These two nations formed a coalition against Judah, seeking to force Ahaz into an anti-Assyrian alliance. This conflict, known as the Syro-Ephraimitic War, placed immense pressure on Ahaz. King Rezin of Aram and King Pekah of Israel aimed to depose him and install a ruler more amenable to their agenda. Their ultimate goal was to unite the region against the growing power of Assyria. Ahaz found himself caught in a precarious position, facing a formidable military threat. Faced with the Syro-Ephraimitic coalition, Ahaz succumbed to fear and a profound lack of trust in God. Instead of seeking divine guidance, he turned to the world for salvation. He made the fateful decision to appeal to Tiglath-Pileser III, the king of Assyria, for help. This decision would have far-reaching and devastating consequences for Judah. To secure Assyrian assistance, Ahaz offered a substantial tribute from the temple treasury and royal coffers. In essence, he bought protection at the cost of Judah's independence. By appealing to Assyria, Ahaz effectively made Judah a vassal state, subject to Assyrian rule. This marked a significant turning point in Judah's history, leading to long-term subjugation. While Assyrian intervention provided temporary military relief from the Syro-Ephraimitic War, it came at a steep price. Judah was now bound to Assyria, obligated to pay heavy taxes and follow its dictates. Ahaz's reign was characterized not only by political missteps, but also by a deep and pervasive spiritual apostasy. He rejected the prophetic warnings from Isaiah and other prophets who urged him to trust in God. Instead of seeking God's guidance, Ahaz embraced pagan practices and foreign gods. He opened the door to idolatry, leading Judah down a path of spiritual corruption. He adopted religious customs from other nations, incorporating them into Judah's religious life. This syncretism diluted the purity of the worship of Yahweh. In a particularly horrific act, Ahaz offered his own son as a burnt offering, a practice condemned by God. This act demonstrated the depth of his spiritual depravity. Ahaz desecrated the temple in Jerusalem, the very heart of Judah's religious life. He treated the sacred space with contempt, further alienating himself from God. He altered the altar in the temple, replacing it with a design copied from one he had seen in Damascus. This act symbolized his rejection of God's prescribed way of worship. Ahaz introduced pagan altars and idols throughout Judah, promoting the worship of false gods. He actively encouraged the people to turn away from Yahweh. The spiritual corruption during Ahaz's reign was profound, affecting every aspect of Judah's society. His actions set a dangerous precedent for future generations. Ahaz's decisions had dire consequences for Judah, both politically and spiritually. His reliance on Assyria led to military defeat and the loss of independence. The heavy tribute imposed by Assyria caused significant economic hardship for the people of Judah. The nation was burdened by debt and poverty. The spiritual corruption that Ahaz fostered led to a decline in morality and a weakening of Judah's spiritual foundations. The nation was vulnerable to further judgment. Ahaz prioritized his personal safety and political expediency over the well-being of his people. He sacrificed their freedom and spiritual health for short-term gains. His neglect of the worship of the true God alienated Judah from its source of strength and protection. The nation was left vulnerable to its enemies. The story of King Ahaz serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of fear and idolatry. It highlights the importance of trusting in God, even in the face of adversity. Ahaz's rejection of God's guidance led to a series of negative outcomes, demonstrating the consequences of disobedience. His reign is a stark reminder of the importance of heeding divine counsel. The narrative emphasizes the importance of remaining faithful to God's commandments, even when it is difficult. True security lies in obedience, not in worldly alliances. Ahaz's reign illustrates the consequences of seeking worldly alliances over divine protection. His story underscores the importance of prioritizing spiritual integrity in leadership. His legacy serves as a reminder that leaders have a profound responsibility to guide their people in righteousness. Their choices can have lasting consequences for generations to come. The story of Ahaz is a powerful reminder that true strength lies not in military might or political alliances, but in unwavering faith in God. His life serves as a warning against the seductive allure of compromise and the devastating consequences of choosing fear over faith. Are you inspired to delve deeper into the scriptures and explore the lessons embedded within the lives of biblical figures like King Ahaz? Consider these actions. Engage in further study. Dedicate time to studying the books of 2 Kings, 2 Chronicles, and Isaiah to gain a more comprehensive understanding of Ahaz's reign and the prophetic context. Share this video. Share this video with your friends, family, and fellow Bible students to spark meaningful discussions about the importance of faith and obedience. Reflect on your own life. Take time to reflect on your own life and identify areas where you may be tempted to compromise your faith or rely on worldly solutions instead of trusting in God. Subscribe for more content. Subscribe to our channel for more in-depth biblical studies and insightful explorations of faith and spirituality. Leave a comment. Share your thoughts and reflections on the story of King Ahaz in the comments section below. Let's learn and grow together.